Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, or good night, depending on where you are on this good green earth of ours. If you don't fancy a bit of reading, I'm going to read for you. Thank you for participating in Interstellar Transport Company's early access phase. This game is in alpha. We will be diligently adding features and content to it over the coming months. You will likely experience many things that will negatively impact your experience. We kindly ask for your patience and, more importantly, your input towards making this game the best it can be. I understand. So, this is Interstellar Transport Company. Welcome to another episode of Sci-Fi Spotlight, Science Fiction Spotlight, SF Spotlight, Sierra Foxtrot Spotlight, whatever other spotlights you may wish to use. It is a game that, for me, is... It's in a space, pun, that I have been sorely lacking in good games, because I love transport games. I love logistics simulators. I put in too many hours into Cities in Motion 2, which is a cracking game, and I spent far too much money on the DLC. This is a new title from MT Worlds. Now, I've had this for probably about 10 months now. Contacted the developers, and they were very kind to give me some review code. So, top notch of them. You can find them on Twitter at MT Worlds, and they also have a website and a Facebook page as well. So, it's difficult to sort of give an intro overview of this game. Basically, you are one of, depending on your difficulty level that you put it at, an interstellar transport company. And you can call your interstellar transport company whatever name you like. And you can have it as a special color. And basically, the game starts at 2050. And we've already got a colony on the moon. And it needs some stuff. It needs like some water and some you know, puzzle games to tide them over and things like that. And you need to buy some ships, set up some routes, and fly the stuff over. But your competitors are doing it as well. And each planet only has a certain amount of stuff waiting at the spaceport ready for transport. Company. Interstellar Transport Company. So if you imagine like a depot, big depot, spaceport depot, and it's got all these big shipping containers. And you could go in and you get the shipping containers and you fly them off, and then, you know, the train conductor, space train conductor at the other end buys them off you. It's like that. You don't have to buy the materials to begin with, though. I don't know whether they're going to change that. They got this nice little news feed here. I can't scroll. I guess that's it. That looks like a scroll bar, but anyway. So we've got lots of stuff added. It's made in Unity, which makes no difference to me. I don't know. Some commentators say, "Oh, you made it in Unity. Oh, you're so amateur." I don't understand that philosophy, because if a game's a game and it looks nice and plays well, whatever, I don't really care. So anyway, I'm rambling a little bit. That's what I do. I've got a little cup of mocha there to see me through. So let's have a quick look at the kind of things you can do. This is 030, this version. So it's localized to quite a good amount of countries, actually, considering its state of development. VoIP, it does have multiplayer. I've not gone into it yet, and if you haven't already seen why, I'll show you why in a second. Graphics, it's a reasonable amount. I don't know why it's in that. Yes. Oh, look! The black bars just disappeared. Yep. I like that. You don't have to restart it. I've got 3 versions of that. Does that do any difference? No. Anyway. Full screen or windowed? This doesn't require a restart. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Control. So you've got WASD camera controls. Thank you. However, there's not a lot of different things you can do at the moment, so I wouldn't count on that staying that way. I know in a lot of kind of like, with Iano 2205, our previous episode, there was no WASD. I tried to bind it to WASD, and then it didn't work, and it just completely melted down. Yeah, you've got some good controls there. Brightness, disable camera position marker. I don't know what that means. I'm going to keep tooltips. Tooltips delay of 0, which I quite like. Disable edge scrolling. I don't know why you would do that. Each to their own, I suppose. So, this is what I was talking about earlier. Multiplayer. Buggy. This company, I really like this company. And I hope this game does well. Because the kind of thing saying, yeah, this is shit. It might work, but it probably won't. I like that. It's honest, it's open, it's upfront. And it's a good company ethos. Single player. Now I've got a game that I had in progress, but we're gonna start again. Now you could have new predefined or new custom. Predefined means you start at Earth and everything is scripted. So, you know, specific ships, technologies, colonies, blah, 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 will pop up at predefined dates. But you can influence all of that with your company. You can subsidize new colonies. You can get a monopoly on the transport market through buying gates. I'll get into all of that. Or you can do a custom game, randomized starting system. I don't know what happens if you turn that off. You can start with the default 506,379 space bucks, or all the way up to 1 million, or 0. You'd have to take out a loan. Stars, 100 stars, massive galaxy, blah, blah, blah. That's all to do with the Interstellar part of it. Because I have yet to actually get to the Interstellar part of Interstellar Transport Company. So we're going to start up a new predefined game. We're gonna do it at easy, just so it's easier for you guys to follow along. Nova Kane brand color it looks kind of peachy. Oh, there we go. Company name is SF Spotlight. 3 exclamation points means 3 times the fun. You click accept, and then it says the screen might go black for a minute or two while it's now generating. And here we are. This is it. So we're going to pause the game to start off with. Now let's go over, before we jump into the Sol system, what I predict will be the very beginnings of an Earth empire, colonization effort, the first wave, whatever you want to call it. So, if we just zoom in, we've got our edge scrolling. We've got Sol, population 9.2 billion. My company reputation is 80%. Because I've just started and I'm the only one, because I won't have any competitors on easy, who is able to ferry things around. We've then got other star systems. We can go in and look at them. We are just an omnipotent interstellar transport being capable of flying around space on our own. So you can see habitability, water availability, raw materials, dilithium crystals. Yeah, they've nicked the Star Trek kind of warp drive thing. And if habitability is more than 0, it'll be blue as a colony in waiting. Raw materials, rare resources, that kind of thing. Let's go back. Oh, just right-click to go back. I like that. And let's go to Sol. Let's see what's going on in Sol. So we've got population highlighted at the moment. Let's go to company reputation here. This is new. This is relatively new. So population, rare resources. We've got lots and lots and lots of on Venus. We've got a little bit on Luna, the moon. Supply, raw resources, supply, demand. So they want lots. They want lots of it. Earth, because they can turn it into machinery. What about food? Demand very low, but supply is very high. So, you've already got a transport route there in your mind, right? Bish to bush, and bush to bish. So, what we can do, yeah, we can turn that all off now. If we click on an individual world, so in this case Earth, and it's nicely modelled. There I am in Cambridge. We've got a spaceport. And this is a massive spaceport. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. Did I count these threes? Yeah, 24. 24 gates. And your competitors... We don't have any in this one. Your hello. Large maintenance set. Oh, I start with one of them. Okay, that's a bit more advanced. So... Owner Soul Excursions. Oh, wait, no, so I do have a competitor. Bastards. But I've got... hello. Woohoo! Alright, let's click on it again. Right, let's focus on the left-hand panel here. This is very important. The tooltips are really good, actually. So machinery is the key commodity into turning backwater worlds into fully functional colonies of man. And it needs to build a lot of machinery. And you can only do it on Earth because it's got the population to do it. It's got a lot of food and a lot of a huge amount of water. 1 million tons of food are waiting. 1.6 million tons of water and 300,000 tons of consumer goods. So that's your, your puzzles and TVs and, all your stuff from, consumer goods, IntelliWare. Machinery. So what we're going to do is we're going to begin. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a gate. I'm going to put it over at gate 4. Now, you lease gates. So you pay a certain amount of money and then 1,500 a month. It's lower. Oh no, it's the same. I thought it was lower when you've because I couldn't get that one. Oh yes, I can. Oh, they've changed everything. Oh, I thought you could take the trunks and then the branches. Oh, lots of changes. Okay, so now I've got that. I'm going to buy another one. And I'm going to set up some routes. So the new route will go from Earth to Luna. And I'm going to... Ships. I need to buy a big ship. Really big ship. The Doing 919. It's going to take... So 5 days it takes to turn around. It's slow, but it can take a lot. So we're gonna put in 10, 15, 25 tons of machinery. A 100 tons of food and consumer goods, and the rest is going to be water. So what it said there is that you need to obviously have gates for your company on every spaceport. So let's just do that now. And we go to the ships, and it didn't save. the ship design. But that's fine. Dry hopper. Because, yeah, raw materials will come from Earth. No, from the moon to Earth, raw materials. So we'll have to order some other ships for that. But this is just liquid. Okay, so we got that one. Now, let's purchase a couple of other smaller ships. Like the Space Bus D500. What I'm going to do is I'm going to allocate a little bit of that. Actually, no. Let's get rid of that. It's all first class. If you want to get to the moon, you've got to pay the money. Unless our competitors are doing it cheaper. We'll have to see. So the Space Bus D500. Let's do that, and then let's do a dry hopper and liquid. And let's have 2 of those. And then let's go. And you can see that the planets orbit, as they should. Well, the moon will always orbit the Earth, so it will always be equidistant, basically. It's in a stable orbit. But when you start going for things like Mars, which is colonized, you've got to, if you want to set up a route or something, you've got to deal about the fact that sometimes the Earth will be there and Mars will be there. Sometimes the Earth will be like here and Mars will be here. So that's all very irritating. You can also speed up the game. Current date. Let's look at finances. Net worth is this much. Financial instruments. Okay, credit rating is C. We need to sort that out. Stocks and equity. Let's go to Earth Lunar Directs. See, because nothing's happened yet. So, let's turn it up. Ooh, the Earth government has started a colony on Mercury. Here we go. And our ships are now doing it. So we can go into routes. Profit 10,000 on the first run. So that's carrying some raw materials. That's carrying nothing. Alright, so our competitor is not taking full advantage of the situation. There's one of ours. Let's just pause it. Spacebar. And we can actually zoom in and see exactly what it's holding. So it's got 5 water and 10 colonists who've paid a tidy sum. And then when it comes back, there'll be more colonists. Let's just wait for it to come back. As a spotlight. So it's got the raw materials. Which will make it some money when it comes back. Subsidy of 1537 is being offered for machinery delivered to Mars. Okay, let's pause and let's talk about rockets. So first we need to set up a route. Routes, new route. Add stop Earth to Earth Mars direct. It will always do that if there are only 2 stops. Ideally, what you want to do is have something coming back both ways. But sometimes, you know, if a government subsidy comes along, 15 space bucks, 37 space cents per unit is being offered for machinery delivered to Mars. So what we're going to do is we're going to take advantage of rockets. We're going to see whether... let's have a look. How much machinery It's 446. So what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? We can either buy a permanent ship, which is just full of machinery, but it's going to take a while to get there, or the Neptune rocket. This one's really fast. This one's a bit slower. No. I think we're going to do this. 30,000. On order. No, not Earth Lunar Direct. So we can change Earth Mars Direct. Space Sports do not have a gate owned by you. Indeed, that's true. So let's zoom out. You can, you can move these around. Mars. Good, it can land. Sometimes you have ships that can't land because the spaceport's too tiny. But there we go. So that's on order for Earth Mars Direct. So now we've got a little bit of a transport system. We're feeding water, people, and food and consumer goods to the moon from Earth, and bringing back mined raw materials to feed Earth's hungry industries. So let's go. That's one of ours. Maintenance gate. There we are. And that little red cost at the end of every month, you pay your gate licensing fees. So we're taking raw materials back. And the colonists. Fantastic. Still got high demand for machinery, water, and food. So let's buy another little ship. That is the little ship. And let's just have 2 of those, 1 of those, and some more first-class seating. Launch immediately and order. Like most companies, in the grand scheme of things, it's going to take a while to generate good profits. And machinery's just been delivered to Luna as well, so let's have a look. The S500. Maintenance gate. We need to buy a new gate. There we go. What's in that? Water. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. Water and passengers, and then it will come back with raw materials. What are they sending? Oh, just massive amount of food. Space Bus D500. And there it comes back with some stuff. Ah, and there are your raw materials. So that made us some good amount of money. Right, so now we've got machinery, water, and passengers. But dang, 7,000. It's coming back with raw materials. And we got a third one coming out with water and passengers. Oh, I don't know what I just did there. Yeah, all the machinery, all the water, all the food. So this is going to earn us quite a bit. 11,500. Is our Martian ship coming yet? Where's our Martian ship? So that's going to go to Mars with a load of machinery. How much raw materials we got? Wait, just one. So that's running out. Machinery. They don't need machinery anymore. Wait. No, they still have a demand for machinery. Stockpile needs are met at the moment. So this must be a sort of economic intervention. They need colonists. So let's see. You can actually click here, and you see all these little people. They want to go to Mercury. They want to go to Mars. So let's send a couple of rockets to Mars. This is going to cost us some money, so it's not profitable, but it's good. Purchase new ship. Earth Mars Direct. It's going to be a Neptune rocket. Full of that. Launch immediately. And order. So let's just wait until that goes. Just going to wait to see all of those disappear. So they've been waiting in line for 3 months. Oh, we've got a new thing. So August of 2050. Come on, where's my ship? It's not already been launched, has it? Yes, it has! Just before we got there. 10. Neptune rocket. 3 grand. Okay, so somewhat profitable. So now let's try to split the Earth's resources. So let's just build a ship. One of the 163,000. Yeah, we can afford that. That's enormous. Compared to that one. But let's have a look. Let's have a look at the key things that determine profitability. So we've got fuel usage if it's flying with an empty load. Fuel usage when it's full with a full load. Dilithium fuel, we've not discovered that yet. 5 days to land, get restocked, refueled, and off we go. 0.03 AU per day. That is a really, really, really slow ship. Let's see that compared to the Space Bus D520. A little bit quicker. Okay. And it uses less fuel. It's more turnaround days, so this is for big shipments. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Lots of food. Actually, before we order this, let's just see what Mars has in supply. Raw materials and machinery. It's got a big demand for machinery. So let's have 2 of those as machinery. Water. Actually, no, let's take away a couple of those, add a couple of those, and add a couple of those. That should cover roughly everything. It still needs a lot of machinery, but machinery can become very rare in the late game, so I'm just actually going to remove one of that and do that. 163,000, that's a good price for a good ship, and that'll be Earth Mars Direct. Smallest spaceport for landings is level 6 though, so before we order this, upgrade spaceport, 45,000. Upgrade spaceport for 60,000. Upgrade spaceport for 50,000. Okay, and each time you do that, you get a free gate. Landings, 6 large local spaceports. We're gonna order the ship and wait for it to start doing its thing. Now let's move on to buildings. Let's go to Earth. Zoom out. Go to Earth. Now you can see around the planet there are these little things. They're either empty sites or buildings. So some you start with. Right, machinery. So you need one rare resource, and then it's converted to a large machinery factory. You can upgrade the spaceport even more. 81,000. So you can build local offices, maintenance hangars, taxi services, base loading and unloading, stacks with other terminals. So basically 85%. It gives you a 15% bonus to the turnaround time. Security service or subsidized machinery factory. I don't know why that would hurt company reputation. I think it just means if you're challenging the government. But what have we got? We've got a medium office, +8 per week planetary company reputation. We've got a large maintenance shed. Actually, no, they have a large maintenance shed. We don't. Or do we? Yes. So you start with that. So what I would like to do is to build a maintenance hangar. I can't upgrade it because I've spent all of my money. But there we go. So let's resume. Should increase our immediate cash flow. 4,000. 7,000. 4,000. 3,000. Let's pause. That's carrying one colonist back. Here we are. Here's a big one. So 20 food, 20 water, 5 machinery. 11,000 for that. 1 rare material. Or raw material. Colonists and machinery. Water. And colonists. There we go. Oh, it's still got some food left. I guess it sold the food back. That's got nothing on it. So that's a shame. That has 1 colonist coming back. Trip to see the family. Oh, hello. Who's that? Ah, yes. Our big machinery ship. Let's wait until it's full. And we're just going to watch this. Oh, hello. No sound effects at the moment. I'm sure they're going to add some in. So this is heading for Mars. Let's speed it up. You can just see all the money coming in. You can check routes. Lifetime profit, £500,000 quid. Earth, Mars. Here we go. Slow it down. And for 20 units of machinery. I didn't even see. You'll have to stop the video and see how much that was. Okay, we'll exit ship view. So we've got a new colony on Venus. What did we? No, Mercury. 180,000 people living on Mercury now. What do they want? They do not have a spaceport, so the only way we can supply them is with rockets. This will help the colony to grow, and we want that to happen. So let's have a look. Mercury. Lots of people want to go to Mercury. So we're going to pause the game. We're going to go to routes. We're going to go to new routes. We're going to add the stop of Earth, and we're going to add the stop of Mercury. And this is going to be traveling in style. Purchase new ship. Neptune rocket. Business class and first class. Earth Mercury direct. Launch immediately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should get him going. Oh wait, no, not launch immediately. Not launch immediately. Well, we'll do that the first two. And we'll just keep them in stock for when there are colonists. Because that should... Okay, so let's speed up time. Okay, we've got the first two going. That's full. That's full. Okay, so we can now do, let's go ships, one more. Start. It's loading. In transit. Still more for Mercury. Start. You can see here what's in each one. Still for Mercury. Let's start that one. Business class. See, it looks like these guys only want to travel. They can't afford my rate, so that's a wasted opportunity. I'm going to sell the ship. Sell the next stop. Get anything for. Right, let's see. Here they come. So we can see here. Oh, there's nothing in it. So we lost 10,000, but we made 9 grand sending those colonists through travel fairs. So hopefully this has given you a brief understanding of how the resources work. Colonies will either be set up by the Earth government, or you can subsidize a colony. It costs 300 grand to do that. And I imagine you can do all kinds of stuff with that. Rare resources. 82%. So if you build a machinery factory, habitability is 1% though. So we're going to need to provide a lot of support to the Venusians. But this is just a brief overview. It's a spotlight. Loads of different filters here. Security level. Apart from... well... I think security and crime is not something that has been fully implemented yet. You sometimes do get space pirates. Unfortunately, we haven't seen any in our session today. Probably because it's quite early on. I mean, you start at 2050. We've not even done a year. So, but that's how it goes on. So, machinery, raw materials, building an interstellar economy based on the backbone of your transport empire. We can look at reports, operating profits. I've made a lot compared to what I've spent. Sol Excursions perhaps has not done so well. Again, it's not easy. Income, I'm making more. Due to the ship designs perhaps, or the number of fleets that I have. Company net worth. Pretty similar. Pretty similar. Cash in hand, I've got more money on hand. But there we go. So, well, actually, they might have just spent a load of stuff on new ships. See, there we go. 104 grand on new ships. 20,000 in new ships. This is just in the last month, so maybe they're going to be in a big Mercury drive. Who knows? But time will tell. So, let's save that game. Oh, autosave. Lovely. That was very small writing. And we are going to leave. Oh, that's a nice tip. And we come back to the beginning. Again, I still understand. I think this game has tremendous potential. I think after it's all done, it's going to be absolutely beautiful. So do consider checking it out and getting on early access on Steam. Other episodes of the Sci-Fi Spotlight are very much on the way. If you'd like to suggest a game for me to cover that you think hasn't gotten enough attention, then please do let me know in the comments down below. And also, if you're new to Kane, do hit that subscribe button and press that bell. The bell of the ball. Ball being the Kane vision of galactic conquest. With you, my good friends, as my good lieutenants. Not lieutenants, lieutenants. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Here is a lovely end card.